This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
Tonight on the South Today, another person has tested positive for COVID-19 in the South Island. A host of people are teaming up in Dunedin to coordinate a very special food drive to help those in need. And New Zealand Post staff are flat out sorting mail in time for Christmas so people can get their presents on time. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Deputy Prime Minister Grant Robinson and Director of Public Health Dr Caroline McElnay have announced the latest COVID-19 case numbers. At today's press conference, McElnay announced 173 new community cases of COVID-19, including one new case in Christchurch.
In Canterbury, but this case is a known household contact who was already in isolation. The case actually came in after our usual cut-off period this morning, so is not included in today's official figures but will be in tomorrow's figures.
There were no additional cases to report in Wairarapa, Wellington, Hawke's Bay, Mid-Central or Taranaki. 78 people are in hospital, with 7 of those in ICU or HDU. Dunedin's mayor and most of the city councillors are backing a national campaign for free bus fares. The campaign would see bus charges subsidised by funding from central government. That would mean no direct cost for fares for passengers under 25 or tertiary students and people with community services cards. The majority of Dunedin councillors backed the campaign, citing environmental benefits and better accessibility. They voted 10-1 in favour of the campaign, with Doug Hull, Mike Lord, Lee Vandervis and Andrew Wiley opposed to the idea. Dunedin's usual annual canned food drive has been cancelled due to COVID-19 uncertainty. However, with an increased need in the city, a number of sports teams and groups have joined together for a special event.
Reporting for duty. A lineup of some of Otago's top sports people have joined with civic leaders and emergency services representatives for a special citywide food drive.
A lot of families calling on the Salvation Army for support, so anything we can do, I guess, as role models in the community to help people donate to that cause and help families just get through Christmas that little bit easier when it has been tough times.
The traditional door-to-door emergency services Christmas can appeal had to be cancelled, replaced with a drive-through collection at Forsyth Bar Stadium.
It's one of those things that you wish you didn't have to do. You know, the ideal outcome would be the need not existing, but insofar as it does, being able to generate the city-wide support for initiatives like this to support our city's food banks is a remarkable thing to see.
The Salvation Army is among the charities who will benefit from the can drive and says there is unprecedented demand in the city.
The pressure is on, and so we as food banks and agencies see our role there as being there to make a difference in the first place, and that hopefully be able to serve people, be able to find a way up and a way out of their situation.
Fire and Emergency New Zealand staff enjoy their annual door-to-door drive and are pleased this replacement will be able to help those in need.
It's been really disheartening that we haven't been able to run our annual can drive this year, but on the back of that, the lengths that the community have gone to and businesses like Dunedin Venues and the DCC have gotten behind it and come to the party to support has been really, really awesome.
Non-perishable food items can be dropped off at collection points ahead of the main event at Forsyth Bar Stadium next week. DVML boss Terry Davis says the event offers some rare opportunities.
Anything we can do with our partners to support those families who are doing it tough out there, we're going to put our hand up. Part of the fun of this is that not only are those that are going to attend on the 1st of December to drop off cans, they can meet their sporting heroes, have a chat with them, engage with them, they'll be fans of these sporting bodies and feel good about dropping off those cans.
The drive-through event for the We Can Community Can Appeal will be held in the Forsyth Bar Stadium car park next Wednesday, with donations taken between midday and 7 p.m. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Otago Regional Councillors have voted not to replace former controversial councillor Marion Hobbs around the council table. Marion Hobbs previously served as chair of the Otago Regional Council and resigned as a councillor at the start of November. But because her departure was within 12 months of the next local body elections, a mandatory by-election was not triggered. Councillor Brian Scott argued for Green Party candidate Scott Willis to be invited to join the Regional Council as the next highest polling candidate in Dunedin. But his colleagues voted 7-4 against adding the environmental consultant. Marion Hobbs' roles have been reallocated to other members, and her annual salary will be divided equally between the remaining 10 councillors. With Christmas fast approaching and a spike in online shopping, New Zealand Post Dunedin Distribution Centre is handling record numbers of parcels. But staff are confident they'll be able to assist Santa in getting gifts to their destinations in time.
Staff at New Zealand Post's Dunedin Distribution Centre are preparing for their busiest Christmas season ever. The number of parcels being shipped to and from the area has been gradually increasing since August's lockdown, with a massive spike in October. The team are now processing around 13,500 parcels a day, with that figure expected to peak around 15,000 over the festive and retail sales season.
And the floor is cleared every day, so I'm confident that everybody is going to get their Christmas presents.
About 120 staff work at the Dunedin Centre, alongside 26 vans out on the road, delivering packages as far away as Roxburgh, Milton and Balclutha.
Our team are geared up for Christmas. We've got extra resources in place. We know that Black Friday this weekend is going to be strong. We know Cyber Monday is going to be strong, so we're looking really confident that next week we're going to see that growth come through and we're ready for it.
And for parcels that have hard-to-read addresses or with other issues, there's a specialist team on site.
We've got a dedicated team that do the parcels that's got addresses on, or ones that you can't read properly, so we have dedicated people to work through that every day.
To help ensure gifts are delivered first time in the correct location, New Zealand Post's encouraging customers to fill out authority to leave cards and to take their time when writing out addresses.
To ensure that your delivery instructions are clear, to make sure that your addresses are on any parcel is clear for us to read, and we can ensure that it goes from A to B.
The spike in volume is expected to continue until mid-January. Camping gear and craft beer have been among the most popular parcels so far this year, perhaps a clue as to what might be in your Christmas stocking. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. Christchurch police respond to an armed offenders alert around Rolleston, and a new Dunedin Music Festival names one of its headline acts for next year.
Hi, it's November. We think that's too negative. We're calling it Govember. Time to go shopping. We've got a huge amount of stock we've bought in as special for you. So there's big selections of short sleeve shirts and polos, long sleeve casual and fashion shirts, jeans, trousers, casual trowel, shorts. Go check it out at Alex Campbell Menswear. Go while it's safe. Go while you can. Go while you save. It's Govember.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So remember, it's not November, it's Govember. Alex Campbell Menswear.
Get on down to the University of Otago Oval this Sunday the 28th of November for a double header. The Sparks versus the Central Hinds and the Bolts versus the Central Stags.
G'day, Marina Lampard from the Sparks here. We have a fantastic team this year, so come down and support us. We'd love to see you there.
Black Friday flash sale. It's a total price blackout at My Mate John's. For a limited time, he's taken a whopping 30% off everything.
And My Mate John.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Welcome back. Christchurch Police responded to an armed offenders alert earlier today after a driver allegedly crashed a stolen vehicle. Rolleston residents were told via text to secure their homes and vehicles as police tried to locate the man. Schools and early childhood centres in the area were also locked down during the alert. The hunt was connected to a high-speed chase through Canterbury early this morning. A man in a stolen vehicle refused to pull over for police, driving towards Rakaya where he allegedly stole another car. The suspect then drove to Rolleston before crashing into a barrier on the southern motorway and fleeing on foot. Police confirmed the man was located and taken into custody. Kiwi band Salmonella Dub have been named as one of the headline acts for a new Dunedin Music Festival next year. Tikitane and Lawton Kora will join Salmonella Dub at the Fortune Festival next April, billed as a who's who of New Zealand music. Soul sensation Teeks is another popular name on the lineup, which will be held across multiple stages at Dunedin's University Oval. Performers also include indie pop star Jen Wigmore, along with Dunedin's own Nadia Reid and her band. Organisers are expecting up to 5,000 people to attend the event, with more acts to be announced in January. An online festival may not be quite the same as the real thing, but it does have its benefits. This year's Circulation Festival is being held online, forcing performers to adapt to the format.
Dancing with danger. Fiery swords like this are a common sight at the annual Circulation Festival, an event all about celebrating circus acts, community and getting stuck in. Unfortunately, this weekend's event won't feature the usual marquee or gatherings around a bonfire, with the whole show being streamed online.
There's a lot of technology challenges, there's a lot of performers who are having to think about how they can video their performance or video their workshop. It's a lot harder to teach someone on an online format than it is in person.
Organisers decided early in the year to focus on delivering a digital event, given the uncertainty of COVID-19. And it certainly has its advantages.
It's been very different. It's been kind of less stressful in a way because we're all just working online, we're just collecting videos, whereas we're not having to organise like a 300-person festival.
Another change this year was staging the Renegade Cabaret separately on Wednesday night, giving about 100 people a taste of the usual festival experience. Circulation performers will host a range of virtual workshops and acts online across the weekend, with events starting tonight. In Dunedin, the South Today.
One Dunedin woman is trying to help people with a couple of ponies. Kimberly Tahana owns 2 miniature ponies, who she believes are the perfect companions for those with mental health issues.
These ponies may be miniature, but their impact can be huge. Willow is a Shetland pony and Sooty is an oversized miniature. Horse is well known for their height, or rather their lack of. Owner Kimberly Tahana is planning to use their comforting presence to help people in the community experiencing trying times.
Horses have a really therapeutic, gentle side to them. Well, the right ones do. And I was brought up on horses. Yeah, it's absolute love, and I'd like to share that.
Tahana's worked in a mental health ward and through personal experience knows the benefit the presence of the horses can bring to people of all ages.
So I know there's a lot of stuff going on for a lot of people, and to just have a moment with a pony, that they're incredibly sensitive, so you don't actually have to say anything. You just have to pet them.
She's exploring funding options so the petting service can be offered free for the community. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, the revs of high-octane motor exhaust cut through the peaceful Central Otago countryside, and we catch up with the local BMX community rallying around one of their incredible junior riders.
Black Friday flash sale. It's a total price blackout at My Mate John's. For a limited time, he's taken a whopping 30% off everything. 30% off Dunedin's biggest range of beds. 30% off Dunedin's lowest price furniture. 30% off everything store-wide. Plus pay it off over 30 months interest-free. Black Friday flash sale.
Get that furniture from Stafford Street and My Mate John.
Get on down to the University of Otago Oval this Sunday the 28th of November for a double header. The Spark versus the Central Hinds, and the Bolts versus the Central Stags.
G'day, Maroon Lampard from the Sparks here. We have a fantastic team this year, so come down and support us. We'd love to see you there.
MTF Finance can help you turn the key on your next vehicle with a loan made just for you. TCs and lending criteria apply.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Just plan your route a little bit, choose nice and quiet roads. In the winter, it's always nice to ride north and south. That way you get the driest route and less likely to hit black ice.
Welcome back. The usually still peace of the Central Otago countryside was shattered recently with high-octane motorsport. The Fruitlands gravel sprints were held on Untitled Station, the fourth year the event's been run. Untitled Station owner Alistair Campbell joined in the fun in his four-wheel drive Subaru Impreza. 16-year-old Dunedin driver Isabella McGee was in impressive form in her Honda CRX. There are 140 members in the Central Otago Motorsport Club, and some due to race at Teretonga in Invercargill next month. 7-year-old Dunedin girl Brianna Steedman has always loved BMX riding, but after a bike accident led to the discovery of a tumour, the local BMX community rallied around her. Brianna was diagnosed with cancer in February 2020 and has been through hundreds of procedures since. The tight-knit BMX community is supporting her through her illness. Multiple world champion Jessie Smith, who sent Brianna a signed championship jersey, and last night came to Dunedin to meet the budding young rider.
Her crash, how it kind of all started was her handlebar went into her kidney, and when I was 6, a handlebar went into my stomach and I had my spleen removed, but nothing as serious as what she's been going through, and I was lucky enough to make a full recovery and carry on riding, and then the fact that this has happened to Brianna and she's back on her bike now is just, testament to how strong and driven she is to ride her bike.
Brianna's grandfather Richard Shaw says receiving jerseys from her racing idols always brings a smile to her face. He says Brianna is currently in remission but still battles severe pain at times and describes his granddaughter as a fighter. A fundraising appeal has started to try and get the final boost to complete a brand new sports facility in Christchurch. The Cricket Focus Centre is currently under construction at Hagley Oval, home of Canterbury Cricket, but could also be used for other sports.
It's an indoor sports facility with a difference. Cricketing legend Sir Richard Hadlee is fronting the urgent appeal to raise the final $1.6 million needed to complete the nearly $5 million sports centre project named after him.
Well, I don't think there's anything like this in Christchurch. When you look at an indoor cricket facility, there's nothing. And that youngsters and parents have to go out to Lincoln or go out to Rangiora to use the indoor facilities there, and you've got to get a booking, so that may not be available.
The Sir Richard Hadlee Sports Centre will boast 5 cricket lanes, but the cricketing legend wants to see young cricketers and players from other codes use the new facilities to improve their skills.
It means a lot to me. I mean, I've had a lot out of sport and cricket over a lifetime. I mean, I'm 70 years of age now, would you believe? And I've been associated with Canterbury or New Zealand cricket effectively for 50-odd years. My time in cricket is gone. So it's now to put something back into the game.
Canterbury Cricket Trust Chairman Lee Robinson says cricket has been increasing in popularity since the 2015 World Cup, and he believes a quality indoor training facility is long overdue.
The fact that we've got to raise another $1.6 million, is important, but we think we can do that. We're urging people to put their hands in their pockets and help us. It's the last bastion of this magnificent ground, and by March we're hopeful of having those funds in place and we can move on and to enjoy the next 50 years here of watching cricket at all levels.
The new Sir Richard Hadlee Sports Centre comes with a balcony that overlooks Hagley Oval, and it will be completed in time to watch the Women's Cricket World Cup in March next year. In Christchurch, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Another person has tested positive for COVID-19 in the middle of the South Island, but they have been at home isolating. A host of people are teaming up in Dunedin to coordinate a very special food drive to help those in need, with a huge event at the stadium next week. And New Zealand Post staff are flat out sorting mail in time for Christmas so people can get their presents on time for the festive season. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page. What have you got for us?
Good evening. Saturday paper, so plenty of reading in that. We've got an interesting story about a spat brewing around the Dunedin City Council tables at the moment. It's not the usual suspects either, which is interesting. Councillor Jim O'Malley's had a crack at Mayor Aaron Hawkins over his handling of the Three Waters issue. Accuses him of poor leadership in that respect and also not challenging the government enough over its Three Waters policy. Of course, that's coming into effect down the track, where the government will take control of all of the water services, which has previously been the domain of councils. Hot topic and a lot of anger in the community as well. So a bit going on there at the moment, and I guess as we've got an election less than 12 months away, there'll be more to come on that story, I would imagine.
I'm sure there will be.
Yeah, we've got one of those believe it or not stories as well. Dunedin man Nathan Jackery lost his wallet in Christchurch 32 years ago, and it's finally resurfaced again. It was given back to him only a couple of weeks ago. He was up in Christchurch in 1989 for the U2 concert. Of course, that was the big year for their concert, and went to Corsair Bay before the concert, lost his wallet at the beach there. Recently he received a Facebook message from somebody who was using a metal detector in the area and found it buried in the sand. No money, unfortunately, but I don't think it had any in the first place, so he did get his driver's licence and a bank card back, so yeah, just a cute story really.
That's fantastic.
It is. Weekend Mix, we take a look at the demise of Market Gardens on the Taieri. We talked to Graham Young. He recently sold his business and sold up his Outram property to get out of that line of work. And it sort of ends a long association between Taieri and vegetables, vegetable growing. There were several dozen market gardens out there in the heyday, but of course with subdivisions and lifestyle properties, they haven't become feasible anymore. So that really interesting article there as well. And just quickly with sport, both of our Otago cricket teams, the Volts and the Sparks, that launched their T20 season on Sunday at the University over in Dunedin. Sparks looking good so far. They won 3 out of 4 in the lead up, so we wish them the best.
Wonderful, and you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now it's time for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with the southern view, playing spot the difference at Dunedin's historic railway station. Looking at the situation, cloudy and cold tomorrow with rain clearing, but some sunny periods developing on Sunday and temperatures becoming a little milder. Starting at the northwest of the South Island, it's a wet start for Greymouth and Westport with rain, moderate wind and a high of 17 degrees. Moving to the northeast, the wet weather continues with scattered showers and light moderate winds for Nelson and Blenheim, both with a high of 22. The wet weather continues south with rain and moderate winds for the Canterbury region. Kaikoura reaches 18 degrees, Christchurch drops to 14 and Ashburton 13 degrees. The southern towns escape the rain, but it's a cloudy day tomorrow with moderate southeasterlies, looking at a high of 13 degrees for the Catlins, while Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore slightly higher with 14. Moving to central Otago, where the rain starts to clear tomorrow with light southerlies and cooler temperatures. 12 degrees for Wanaka, Queenstown and Alexandra, while Tiana has the high of 14 with moderate southeasterlies and a sprinkling of cloud. Moving to the northern towns along the coast, Timaru will see rain with light winds and 14, Oamaru 14 as well with rain clearing later on. Inland Tuazo and Amarama light easterlies and 11 degrees. Periods of rain with breezy cold southerlies in Dunedin tonight with a low of 8. Rain clears tomorrow, but it will remain overcast and cold with southerlies dying out, looking at a high of 13 and a low of 3, and it's mostly cloudy on Sunday with sunny periods possible and breezy northeasterlies, a high of 18 and a low of 11. Rain clears in Invercargill tonight with a low of 9, and it's mostly fine tomorrow with sunny periods with some cold southeasterlies, a high of 14 and a low of 5. Sunday's mostly fine with moderate northeasterlies, a high of 19 and a low of 8. And that's the news for this Friday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. And you can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.